Good morning, everybody, and welcome on into Jets Media Live here on 9 in the morning on June 3rd. OTAs week number 3 is here. Yesterday was the first day of the week of practice. Today is going to be a big day for the New York Jets at OTAs because the media will be in attendance. We will hear from Aaron Glenn. I'm sure we will hear from a lot of Jets players. And more importantly, we'll get a better idea of what's going on the practice field from all the great Jets beat reporters that will be there. So in this show, I wanted to go over all the stuff we saw yesterday. The Jets put out a lot of content of practice. And I think that, hey, if you're a Jets fan, you want to know what's going on at practice, right? That's what this is about. We want to go out there and talk about what's going on at practice. We saw Mason Taylor, the Jets rookie, go out there, get a few touchdowns in 7-on-7. We saw Jets rookie Azaraye'h Thomas go out there and get some pass deflections to prevent the touchdown. All right. So there's some interesting things I want to talk about with you guys. And I'm really excited to break it all down right here on Jets Media. So before we go into it, make sure you guys do me a solid favor by simply liking the show on your way in, because that helps. That helps, man. Just the little things helps out just by simply liking the show and subscribing to the channel. As you see on your screen now, Azaraye'h Thomas and Justin Fields enjoying each other's company. This is pretty cool to see, man. And I also wanted to talk about Justin Fields' GoPro on his helmet, because we got a cool insight of Jets quarterbacks coach break down the reasons of why he's wearing a GoPro, why he's wearing a camera on his head, on his helmet. And it's so that when they go into the film room, they can literally study exactly what Justin Fields saw on the field. When he goes through his progressions, they can go back and test him. Be like, hey, on this play, who did you see? And then where did your eyes go? And then they can literally go back into the film and see exactly where his eyes went. So I think that's a cool little piece of technology that they're utilizing to their advantage that I absolutely love. So that's really cool. That's really cool. So I feel like there's a lot that I wanted to get into with you guys. And all these photos are on the Jets website. If you guys want to go check out the Jets website, please feel free to do so, because they also got the great stuff over there. I want to talk about Mr. Braylon Allen real quick, because this is one of the most, how do I say this? Not underrated, but this is a player that I feel like a lot of people are forgetting about on this offense, because, you know, we're focused on Breece Hall potentially finally breaking out and Justin Fields at the quarterback. But Braylon Allen, I think if he was on any other NFL football team, he could be the #1 running back. And I think that entering year 2, he's super young. Look how big he looks. He's massive for a running back, bro. So I'm really excited for Braylon Allen this year. He looks really good, man. Olu Fashanu going out there and enjoying his second year with this football team. This is his second year in the NFL. If this guy can be our long-term franchise blind protect of Justin Fields, or whatever quarterback we bring in the future, hopefully it's Fields, but you never know, of course, that's an absolute home run for this football team. Mr. Max Mitchell going to provide depth on that offensive line. Mason Taylor is the star of today that I wanted to talk about with you guys, because Mason Taylor, there's a bunch of videos out there of him getting touchdowns for the New York Jets. Multiple touchdowns, actually, in 7-on-7. And that means something. Yeah, it's 7-on-7. There's no pads. But, bro, when you're getting, playing time with the starters early on in OTAs, that's something you got to note here, right? It's not like the Jets are giving him an opportunity to prove himself. He's out there with the starters right there, going up against the starting defense. Look at Garrett Wilson dapping him up, Alan Lazard. Those are all the starters. So Justin Fields found Mr. Mason Taylor for 2 touchdowns at OTAs yesterday in 7-on-7 in the red zone. And I think Mason Taylor, his expectations, at least my expectations for him, are extremely high for a rookie. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm expecting him to put up 1,000 yards or anything like that. But I think that he can be a red zone threat. I think he can be a reliable weapon for Justin Fields. Fields historically loves his tight ends. He historically loves his tight ends. So I think seeing Mason Taylor go out there and have multiple touchdowns in a row, hey, if he can get some confidence and be a reliable weapon in this offense, that would be absolutely massive. Because what this Jets team needs is somebody in the middle of this football field offensively to open up the run game, to open up Garrett Wilson on the perimeter. Maybe Lazard and Reynolds or Smith and Gibson. You know, there's a lot of weapons, and I feel like Mason Taylor is making his presence be felt early on in OTAs. So he's shining early, which is a great sign, man. I think if you want to talk about one rookie that has the biggest chance to make an impact immediately this season, Mason Taylor is one of those guys. You know, of course, Amran Membu is going to be starting at right tackle, but you look at what Mason Taylor is capable of as a rookie, there's no denying that he has a real chance here, folks, to go out there and be a legit weapon for Justin Fields early on in his rookie season. And I think that's what I wanted to make sure people realize is there's an absolute real possibility here that he goes out there and plays good football for this Jets team immediately. Now, there's a lot of talk about Justin Fields I'm seeing around the NFL world, and I'm curious to get your guys' expectations because we have a long way to go before we really get to see who Justin Fields is as a quarterback. But, like, there's a chance that he breaks out with the Jets this year. There's a chance that he doesn't. And I'm curious to poll the chat and wondering, like, do you guys feel like Justin Fields legitimately has an opportunity to break out and be the best version of himself this season for this team or not? Simple as that. I think that there's reason to be optimistic about Fields. There's reasons to be, worried. But I'm definitely going into this season with Justin Fields with the perspective of open mind, not attaching myself to anything that is going to disappoint me. I mean, if he breaks out, I'm going to be the happiest person alive. If he doesn't, it is what it is. I'm not going to be too upset, right? And I feel like that's what I've learned as a Jets fan at this stage of my life as a Jets fan. You just got to take the highs and the lows and just completely let it all be. That's my biggest thing I've learned, especially this past season, if we're being honest here. So, I don't know, man. I'm excited. I really am excited. Now, I wanted to highlight Azaraye'h Thomas because Azaraye'h Thomas has been looking really good, man. Really, really good. LaSalle with a super chat. Have you heard about the GoPro on the quarterback helmet? So, LaSalle, I'm assuming you did not see the beginning of this show. I already talked about that, broke it down. Yes, we talked about this at the start of this show. The Jets putting a GoPro on Justin Fields' helmet is really beneficial, extremely beneficial. So, yeah. Now, look at this. Appreciate the super chat. Azaraye'h Thomas breaking up a pass of Garrett Wilson. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this fires me up right here. You talk about a rookie playing with the starters right away, which is noteworthy. I mean, he's playing against the starting offense, right? He's got Jamie Sherwood on his side. Michael Carter II's there to dap him up. Tony Adams. Justin Fields threw a pass to Garrett Wilson to try to get a touchdown. And look at the length. This is why Justin Fields, this is why Azaraye'h Thomas is one of my favorite players that the Jets drafted, right? And this is OTAs, right? But still, this tells me a little bit about who Thomas is. Staying with Garrett Wilson, that length and size is off the charts. So big shout out to Azaraye'h Thomas for making his presence be felt early on. And that's how you got to make your presence be felt. Impress yourself to the coaching staff, man. Go out there, make plays. Go out there and make some plays early, and you never know what's possible. You absolutely never know what's possible. Here's another play where he prevented a touchdown. This is on Josh Reynolds, I believe. I mean, he's in every single play. Look at that athleticism. I'm a big fan of Thomas, bro, and I really, really do think that what he provides this offense, this defense is a very big time piece to build around. Too much celebrating for a play he's supposed to make. That's funny. Listen, honestly, he's a rookie. I'm okay with him celebrating breaking up Garrett Wilson's pass. Garrett Wilson is a 3-year pro, rookie of the year. I mean, hey, good for him. Good for him, right? I think that there's a chance that he could start. Now, Brandon Stevens, of course, is a legit piece that you got to watch out for. But, hey, man, I think long-term, he's going to get an opportunity, man. He's going to get a real opportunity. Now, another rookie that is definitely flashing. We made a video on him over the weekend. Mr. Arian Smith, he got in the end zone. Now, he's not running with the starters here. This is with the backups. I think this is, I don't know who threw this football. I'm assuming it was Tyrod or Martinez or Cook, one of the backups. But, hey, he caught the ball. When the Jets drafted him, all I heard is the guy can't catch. Yeah, I know he has drop issues. I'm not saying he doesn't in college. But, bro, I was told he was a bust. Right. He's bad. He's never going to make it. I don't know, man. So far, Arian Smith has impressed a lot of people within the Jets organization, and he's going out there making some plays. He's going out there making some plays with this football team at OTAs. And when you're a rookie with a wide receiver position that is wide open for number 2, he has to go out there and make some plays, and he's been doing that, man. He has been doing just that. So shout out to Arian Smith, man. I'm really excited about him. I really, really do. Now, there is a undrafted free agent wide receiver that has been the talk of the town. Jamal Pritchett, wearing number 36, right? And I know Jets fans, we always look for that next undrafted free agent that's going to make the team. Listen, it's a long shot for him to make the team. There's a lot of players above him on the depth chart. But Jamal Pritchett has been I would say, the best Jets receiver out of the undrafted free agents that we brought in. That number 36 throws me off a little bit. I feel like he's a running back, but he's definitely going out there making some plays. This is a throw from Brady Cook as well, the undrafted free agent wide receiver, catching a pass from the undrafted quarterback, Brady Cook. So definitely a lot of movement going on at OTAs right now. A lot of movement going on at Jets OTAs, which is really, really exciting. Let's see what other clips. Another player that is definitely making his presence be felt is Xavier Gipson. Xavier Gipson had 2 touchdowns from Tyrod Taylor. Now, it's definitely something of interesting to note that he's running with the backups. Okay. Xavier Gipson running with the backups with Tyrod Taylor. But I feel like Gipson is, I can never get an understanding of like what to expect from him. Like, I think he definitely has a chance to make this team just from the special teams standpoint, but he has a legit upside as a slot receiver. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm expecting him to break out or anything, but I definitely feel like he has still the youth on his side. He's still got some juice. He's got that confidence, and he's got the ability to run he's got the ability to get open over the middle of the field, reliable hands, and we've seen that throughout his career with the Jets up until this point. So all these clips are from yesterday's practice, by the way, in case you're wondering, right? And if you want to see our superstar out there, Mr. Garrett Wilson, putting on the moves, whoop, let's do it. I mean, Garrett Wilson is just out there looking like a star already. Extend him. Pay that man. Come on. Pay him. What are we waiting for? Nah, I'm just playing around. I'm not playing around at all, actually. But the Jets got to extend Garrett Wilson, and hopefully they will. So you look at the starting people, the players on the field that's starting. You got Justin Fields out there with the starting 5 offensive line. Tyler Johnson on the field with the starters. Alan Lazard. Azaraye'h Thomas starting. I mean, there's a lot, and I don't want to say starting. I would just say the ones, really. The ones is what I'm talking about, because in football, you get a lot of different formations. A lot of different people are going to get an opportunity to play with each other. So, Lissell, what are you hoping to hear when Aaron Glenn press conference at 2 p.m.? Nothing really specifically I'm hoping to hear. It's just, more behind the curtains of what's going on at practice and, questions about the players, who's standing out to him. I mean, I love hearing Aaron Glenn talk. I think that he's a really just awesome dude. I mean, I love listening to him speak. I believe in his vision in this football team. And the word culture gets thrown around all over the place. And I know some people are just tired about talking about culture, but he's really building this thing from the ground up, which I absolutely appreciate. And he's bringing a different flavor to this team that I feel like we have not seen ever. Like, I don't think anybody's ever built the Jets this way. Like Todd Bowles tried and failed. Adam Gase tried and failed miserably. And then Robert Saleh tried and failed. Now, there's no guarantee Aaron Glenn's going to try and succeed, but I think what he's doing is different. I think what Aaron Glenn is doing right now with his team is instilling a different flavor, instilling a different mindset. And I think that is very, very important here. So he's trying to develop stars. He's trying to dig deep into these players' brains and unlock their full potential. And that's pretty damn cool. Is Membu running with the ones? Yes. Armand Membu is starting already early on with the offensive line. He's out there. The starting five of the offensive line is basically what we expected it to be, with Membu at right tackle, AVT at right guard, Tippmann at center. So, yeah, pretty exciting. Here's a photo of the offensive line. You can't see Membu here, but I think, yeah, there he is. That little helmet right there. But you got that offensive line cooking. Look at Quincy Williams trying to chase downfield, smiling, realizing like, damn, I never had to go up against a running quarterback in practice. I'm not used to this. Man, Justin Fields got that juice. My gosh. Justin Fields got that juice, which is really exciting and refreshing. And when I say the juice, bro, I'm just talking about the pure running ability. The rushing ability of Justin Fields was on full display. And here's exactly what I'm talking about. Here's the video of that photo of Fields scrambling to the pylon, Quincy Williams chasing him down. I mean, look at that speed. You talk about red zone. You talk about trying to punch it in the end zone. You know how awesome it is to have a quarterback that is able to pick it up with his legs and score a touchdown with his legs. Now everyone's like, yeah, bro, but he's got to learn to pass. He's got to throw the ball. He knows how to throw the football. I think that's the most tiring narrative that people come on here and the first thing is say, Justin Fields can't throw. That's false. He can throw. Okay? He absolutely can throw. It's just a matter of consistency and allowing him to fulfill his full potential, giving him the opportunity. The Pittsburgh Steelers did not give him the proper opportunity to succeed, man. Let's keep it a buck. They gave him 6 games to show what he's worth, and he won 4 of them. Could have won 5 if his defense was able to get the stop late in the fourth quarter against the Cowboys, but the guy put up 5 touchdown passes, 4 rushing touchdowns, and 1 interception. The guy had a 9 total touchdown to 1 interception ratio, and I'm supposed to be sitting here and saying that he can't throw? Give me a break. Now, I want to remind everybody that Jets Media Day tickets are on sale. If you guys want to come through to watch the first ever game of Justin Fields' career, the first ever game of Aaron Glenn with this Jets football team, and you want to come watch the game with me and everybody that's part of the Jets media community, we are going to week 1 against the Steelers at MetLife Stadium. That includes a live pregame show. We're sitting in the mezzanine section, a prime seated in 228A. Okay, you get access to the turf after the game. When it's all said and done, we get to go on the field together as a group. As you can see on this photo here, this was us last year, all on the field after the game, get to feel what it's like to be on the MetLife Stadium turf. Okay, that link is in the description. We got a lot of exciting things happening at this year's event. So if you guys want to come through to the event this year, those tickets are linked in the description. Also linked in the top of the chat. So we really do appreciate you guys, all the support, and everybody that purchased your tickets. Cannot thank you guys enough for coming through. This year's event is going to be epic. It's going to be epic, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it. And you can email me at jetsmediaevents@gmail.com for more information. Herm Edwards was similar. We need more experience on the offensive side of the ball. I hate to be pessimistic, but I said the same thing in Salah's first year. We need to hire one. Train wreck coming. Listen, I feel like Salah's first year was an interesting comparison, right? We didn't really have a lot of experience on offense. LaFleur was the first year coordinator. Zach Wilson at quarterback as a rookie, right? It was different. Definitely different. I feel like the experience of this offense is going to come from, Aaron Glenn. I think people need to realize is not just a defensive coach. He is the head coach. And that's the biggest difference I can tell you guys about Robert Saleh and Aaron Glenn right away. I think the difference between Glenn and Saleh are night and day in terms of being a legit CEO coach, rather. Being a coach of the entire football team rather than just going out there and coaching the defense like Saleh did, right? And I think the whole mindset that Aaron Glenn is preaching, no block, no rock, right? No block, no rock. That's what Aaron Glenn is telling his people, his wide receivers. If you're not going to go out there and put your body on the line and block, you're not getting the rock. Pretty sick. I love that mindset. I love that because the difference of a wide receiver setting a block is a good gain to a touchdown. Like if Breece Hall gets to the outside and he has nothing but space, but then the wide receiver gets bullied and the cornerback makes a tackle, that could be a nice 12-yard gain. But if the wide receiver blocks the quarterback out of the play, then Breece can be gone for a 40-yard touchdown. So it's little things like that we're trying to see Aaron Glenn dig deep into this organization, dig deep into this team, and kind of bring the stank out. And I feel like everyone's expectations of this team is pretty reasonable, right? You look at the schedule, for example, and I think if you're a Jets fan, you got to go into this season with a expectation of, we're not expecting to, go crazy and shock the world or anything, but schedule is going to be tough, especially early on. I'm curious to see what the bye week is going to look like. What's the Jets' record heading into the bye after the first 8 games? I think 4-4 would be massive. 3-5 is definitely a possibility. 2-6 would be disappointing, but hey, this team's learning. But hey, maybe they're 6-4. I don't know. I don't want to put an expectation on them and say they can and cannot do, but it's going to be tough. The Steelers, even without a quarterback, they win. The Bills have won the division 5 straight years, or whatever the case may be. They're good. The Buccaneers, our first away game, I would love to get that win, but that's a tough team, man. They're not going to be an easy out. The Miami Dolphins, they better beat. Dallas, good football team when they're healthy. Denver, coming off a playoff run. Carolina, I know everyone's going to say, oh, easy win. Yeah, I mean, there's no easy wins in this league. Bryce Young is low-key kind of ready to break out this year. And the Bengals. We got a matchup against Jamar Chase and those boys. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be real fun, which is why I picked Jets Media Day to be the first game of the season, because I think that game has the most energy and the most hype out of them all. So let's all be excited about the potential of going into that game. Week number 1, man. Week number 1. Woo-wee! I'm fired up about that. Absolutely. Now, I just want to remind everybody that today we'll have the media in attendance at OTAs. Therefore, we'll get way more insight of what's going on for the Jets in week number 3. This is the final week of practice at OTAs. And then we have mandatory minicamp next week. And then it's a giant wait. It's a giant just sit and wait for the season to begin, training camp to begin. So not a lot of stuff, but all of a sudden we're going to blink and it's going to be bang. Training camp, bang. Preseason, bang. Week 1. Woo! Woo! And I cannot wait to be there in the stadium for that, man. It's definitely going to fly by the offseason. And I think that, you know, if you're a Jets fan, there's a lot of reasons to be excited. And I'm fired up, man. I really, really am. Because I feel like this Jets fan base has reasonable expectations, which is why I feel like this season's going to be fun. Last few years, our expectations were not reasonable. Let's be honest with ourselves. It was not reasonable. We were going out there and expecting greatness and expecting to be humming and Aaron Rodgers to be elite. Yeah, nope, not the case whatsoever. Let's go Jets from Puerto Rico. Let's go. I love that we got Jets fans tuning in from all over the place. Everywhere. Where are you guys from in the chat? Let me know. Let Lazard block, but please don't throw him the rock. Drop? Look at that. Yeah, man. I mean, Lazard is still on this football team. He took a pay cut to be here. I don't know, man. I don't really know what to expect from Mr. Allen Lazard because he's one of those players where sometimes he makes some big plays. Sometimes he's just trash and he can't catch the football. And you're like, bro, what are we doing? Oh, man, there's a lot. This offseason feels longer than the rest. I figure it's because my Chiefs got mollywopped in the Super Bowl. I need a new season to start ASAP to get this out of my head. Yeah, must be nice. Must be nice. I feel terrible for you, King Jamie. Oh, you got killed in the Super Bowl. Am I scarring you by wearing this Super Bowl sweatshirt? Am I re-triggering your trauma? Is that what I'm doing? All love. Folks, don't forget to hit the like button on your way in as week 3 of Jets OTAs is officially here. We only got 30 likes. I think we could do way better than that. So do me a solid favor. Hit that like button on your way into the show. And I feel like the Jets have a lot of interesting things to be excited about in terms of what's going on at OTAs. As you can see, we got the running backs on the football field together right now. And then this guy right here, the new man in charge upstairs, Mr. Darren Muji. What is he all about, Mr. Darren Muji? It's a little bit, it's so different, man. Like, I was so invested in Joe Douglas, and I'm sure a lot of Jets fans were. And when I say invested, like, I believed in him, man. I really did. But the draft pick of Zach Wilson and the acquisition of Aaron Rodgers was, nope, can't survive that. So now we got Mooj. Let's go. And now we got Mooj. Robert says, Richie, I got 2 Jets media tickets. Are they not available? I can't find them anywhere. Thanks. If you purchase your tickets, Robert, I will be sending them over in a few weeks. So if you bought your tickets, make sure you download the Jets app, and then basically I'll send you an email with your tickets, and then it'll go directly into your Jets app. But I did not send them over yet, Robert. So if you're looking for them, don't worry. I got your tickets, and you will be getting them way before the game starts. So don't you worry about that, Robert. And if you want to join Robert and come through to this year's event, folks, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. We're going to be having a ball at opening day, baby. Jets Steelers home opener. The ticket comes with food, drinks, a live DJ party atmosphere, access to the MetLife Stadium's turf after the game is wrapped up, a prime mezzanine section seated, which is really awesome seats, and then access to the Jets Media pregame show live, as we always do. All right, all the details is at the link in the description and pinned at the top of the chat right now. So make sure you guys go check him out, and cannot wait to have you there, Robert. It's going to be a lot of fun, my friend. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a ball. Woo! Fired up, man. We are all fired up, as we should be. So, oh, wow, we got some non-Jets related news from Adam Schefter. Former Bills and Jaguars Gabe Davis is scheduled to travel to Pittsburgh and visit with the Steelers. Pittsburgh has been seeking additional receiving help and is inquired about, but is not expected for Jonnu Smith. Okay, so they're making some moves, and I guess this is Jets related because we're facing them week 1, especially at Jets Media Day, so I'll be keeping a close eye on those Steelers. What do they got cooking up? What are they going to try to do? Will Aaron Rodgers actually buy his ticket to the Steelers or not? I think that's really important to know. So I think there's a lot of interesting storylines right now. A lot of interesting storylines right now. Okay. And I think that it's going to be cool. Now, I feel like if there's one thing to look after that I'm really intrigued about is definitely the Jets offensive coordinator, Mr. Tanner Engstrand, right? I think that you look at everything that he's about, all that he preaches, it's going to be very interesting to see if it clicks for this Jets team. He's a coordinator that it's hard to really evaluate what he's like until we get onto the field, until we see everything about him. This is him on the practice field, dapping up Garrett Wilson, okay? And he looks cool, but it's just not about how you look. It's not about that. I mean, he looks like a young guy that is fired up for this job, and I hope that he's detailed. I hope that he's taking this seriously, and I think he is. I mean, I'm not really concerned about any of that, but I feel like this offensive coordinator has to be the guy, because if he's not, we got another carousel. Where did the OC come from? So, Patrick, Tanner Engstrand is the offensive coordinator. He's coming from the Detroit Lions. He was their pass game coordinator underneath Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator or former offensive coordinator of the Lions. He was the pass game coordinator. So he worked directly with Ben Johnson, helped him create plays, design the plays, helped everybody get involved. So, yeah, think of him as the Detroit Lions prodigy. Hey, Richie, do you think we will trade for Chris Olave? I don't. I would be shocked if that happened, honestly. I would be for it, but I'm not expecting that. Definitely not expecting that. I think this Jets team is content with the way that's constructed right now. And I feel like right now you look at the wide receiver room, it could be better, but I don't think they're going to be prioritizing that. I really don't. And look at this picture. This is this Jets football team right now, man. I mean, you got Garrett Wilson front and center, looking at Mr. Aaron Glenn. This is the New York Jets of 2025, man. 100% attendance. Malachi Corley's already injured. Not the greatest thing to see, but hey, it's all good. As long as you're healthy for training camp, that's really all that matters. I think Aaron Glenn is somebody that this team is buying into what he's all about, bro. Do you think it'll be possible that we sign another playmaker wide receiver mid-season? Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. This team's always going to look after and try to upgrade this team, but I don't know about you guys. I'm not worried about, like, external help. I'm focused on this Jets team, man. I'm not like, everybody's complaining, oh, we want Keenan Allen, we want Amari Cooper. Go get these washed-up old wide receivers. Like, no, thank you. I'd rather get Arian Smith on the field and learn. I'd rather get Malachi Corley the ball. Like, this team is not built to go out there and win a Super Bowl right now. Newsflash, breaking news. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you already knew that. What's Amari Cooper going to do? What's Keenan Allen going to do? I think bringing on in the young guys that they have is smart. What if Arian Smith doesn't actually have a drop problem? Then we got a steal, okay? Because this guy has so much juice. Now, he's not only going to have to prove to be able to catch the ball, but he also needs to be able to prove to get open, to not absorb the contact and, like, let the contact of the NFL, the physicality of the game get to him, because he definitely is a slimmer type of wide receiver. Is he going to be able to get off the line of scrimmage? Right? So there's a lot to that. Tyler Johnson, I think, is a forgotten wide receiver that could make a big impact for this team. I really, really believe that. I feel like everybody talks about, oh, Amari Cooper. Like, listen, Amari Cooper, is he the better wide receiver than Tyler Johnson? Yes, he is. Keenan Allen, is he the better wide receiver than Tyler Johnson? Yeah. But at this stage of Tyler Johnson's career, it fits the timeline of this football team. Young guy, 25 years old, trying to make his presence be felt. And what this team is doing right now, and someone said this on X, and it could not have been said more perfectly, bro. It could not have been said more perfectly. I got to pull it up. Because what Aaron Glenn and this Jets team is doing, they're not going out there to sign stars like a Cooper, like a Allen. They're trying to develop their own stars within this football team, bro. And that's why a guy like Tyler Johnson is someone to buy in. So here it is. This guy said, I like the fact that instead of signing stars, Jets are trying to make stars. That's the theme I get from Aaron Glenn and his vision. Thank you. And I responded, I think this is perfectly said because I thought the same exact thing. Huge difference in philosophy. Like, let's stop trying to go after the quick fixes, folks. Quick fixes mean nothing. A quick fix is just a little Band-Aid on a bigger problem. We don't need an old wide receiver that's going to get injured or just not be good. Like, give me Tyler Johnson's opportunity. There's a lot of receivers on this team. Arian Smith, Malachi Corley, Xavier Gibson. There's so many guys that are going to be given an opportunity, man. So that's how I look at it. And I could be in the minority with this, and people can disagree with me, but that's okay. That's what this is about. I want this season to be the season of opportunity. I want this season to be the season of giving players chances that they never had before. Because I went on multiple different, not rants, but I went off multiple times on this channel recently talking about the whole concept of opportunities in football. Because a lot of these players in this league are extremely talented. Mostly all of them are talented. But there's so many instances where a player just never gets the opportunity because the player above him on the depth chart gets paid more, he's a bigger name, and the guy behind him never gets the chance. But sometimes when that guy gets a chance, he takes it and runs with it. This football team right here, what the New York Jets are doing, their culture is giving all these young players opportunities. Justin Fields is a perfect example of that. Right? He's the perfect example of getting an opportunity. Now, what is he going to do with it? Is Justin Fields going to take that opportunity and run with it or not? We don't know. So there's a lot of instances. Like, I don't want this team to be clogged with washed up big name veterans. That's the old Jets. That's what Aaron Rodgers and Saleh tried to do, is bring in older guys, trade for Hassan Reddick, and like do all these like quick fixes. Quick fixes don't work, folks. We need to go deep in this organization and find the right people that make this team click. And that's what they're doing, okay? And I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. Because I feel like that's what can change this organization. Because then when you got to build the infrastructure, you got to build the foundation before you can actually, go out there and go star hunting. We're long from being able to go after stars. Like, even trading for Chris Olave, that would be great. But is this team built to be able to do that right now? Giving up draft capital for a receiver that has concussion issues? Like, we got talent on this team already that are all young, but I feel like the philosophy of this football team with Aaron Glenn is exactly what we need. Building from within. Building an infrastructure. Allowing this season and next season to be. And listen, I think that the Jets always try to look for a quarterback to come save them, right? We drafted Sam Darnold, and we're like, oh, please be the savior. But we had nothing. We had nothing around Sam to help him save us. Zach Wilson, we drafted him. Oh, please, Zach, come on in, be the savior. I mean, that was just a mess. All right, let's go get Aaron Rodgers. Let's go be the savior. But you know what was missing from all those quarterbacks that we brought in? There was not an infrastructure. There was nothing that these quarterbacks are coming into. What this team is doing right now is they're building that infrastructure so the Jets can find their long-term answer at quarterback. Now, obviously, we all hope it's Justin Fields, but what this team is doing right now is building that infrastructure to the point where even if Justin Fields struggles and he does not prove to be the guy, the hope is when we draft our next quarterback, there's a system in place. There is a foundation laid. That's when that quarterback can come in. Then you can really elevate the quarterback. So that's what they're doing. And the fact that we got Justin Fields on a cheap 2-year contract, there's a window right now where we're not going to have to be paying a quarterback big money for a while. In a perfect world, Fields balls out, and then he gets like a contract extension with the Jets that's not breaking the bank, but, quarterback market. And then we got Justin Fields under a pretty good contract for the long term, and he's our guy. That's what we want. That's what we're all rooting for. But I'm not expecting that. I'm not going into the season expecting that to happen. Because say on the other side of it, Fields goes out there and proves that he's not good. Right? Then what do the Jets do? They draft their quarterback next year in a deep quarterback class. And we have a quarterback on a rookie contract. So there's so many instances, so many different pathways that this Jets team is mapping everything out. And that fires me up. That absolutely fires me up. So you guys let me know if you agree with those takes or not, but I think it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to see this team come together and see what their philosophy is all about. Let's go. My guy with all the if, when, JF fails, sheesh, he is going to ball. You're basically wishing for the later. I'm not wishing for the laters, bro. I'm just talking about multiple scenarios, my guy. I'm not going to sit here and be delusional. You want me to be delusional? I mean, I will be the first person to say I want Justin Fields to click and for him to be the guy long term. But my point is the Jets are positioned where just in case he doesn't, they're in a good spot still. Like they're not committed to him for 5 years is my point. I want him to be the guy. That's what I want more than anything. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm guaranteeing it. Got to be realistic, bro. I'm not going to be sitting here and be delusional. During the draft, I wanted Justin Fields over Zach Wilson. He was way better at Ohio State. Guarantee he's going to have breakout season with our Jets. Watch. He's better than people think. I love it. Absolutely love it. Let's do it. The only wins the Bears got was because of him. No line, no receivers, no coaching, a little run game. So he ran for 1,000. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. And I think that you look at what he did with the Pittsburgh Steelers too. He was an absolute beast in Pittsburgh. And that's where I feel like some narratives about Fields are just so wrong. They look at what Fields did in Pittsburgh and they just assumed he was trash. That's why he was benched. No. The guy was winning. The guy was playing really good football. And got benched for some reason because they thought Wilson was better. I bet you they look back at that as a giant mistake. So that's how we all got to look at it, man. There's a lot of different ways to look at it. And I think there's nothing but excitement coming on into this Jets team. Reasonable excitement. Reasonable. The Jets just posted the Azaraye'h Thomas breakup on Garrett Wilson. Things you absolutely love to see. Man, that rookie's got something special, my guy. I want him to start next to Sauce Gardner. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Bang. Look at that pass breakup. Look at that pass breakup. AZ Thomas was the steal of the 2025. Woo! All right, folks. I appreciate you guys tuning into this show. We're going to have to wrap it up. I got something to attend to at 10 a.m. All right. Running a nice internship for Roundtable Sports. I got to go and work on some of that type of stuff. So I'm going to run. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this edition of Jets Media Day Live. Jets Media Day. Sorry. I meant Jets Media Live. What I meant to say is Jets Media Day tickets are on sale. If you guys want to go check that out, that link is in the description and the top of the chat. If you want to come to the home opener this year, week number 1, the first game of the entire season, we'll be there, and it's going to be a lot of fun, man. So definitely go check out those tickets. Link in the description, link at the top of the chat. Definitely go check that out. If you want to come through, email me for any information that you need on the event. We're going to wrap things up here. I will see you guys on 4th and Forever later today for our daily NFL show. So make sure you guys come through to Jets to that. All right. So love you guys so much. And I am out. Really, really do appreciate it. Thank you, Richie. Always appreciate the good word for this team. You're the best. Let's go, Jets. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.